to do. You know, I mentioned yesterday about my stepbrother Doofus with his worm. He's got a pet worm called Maggot. Oh yeah, he's getting a name now as well. It's called Maggot. He's got it in a little Tupperware box in some soil, and it's just on garden. Well, I've let dogs out this morning, Numpty Dumpty and Soppyhead. Oh dear. Numpty Dumpty had something in its mouth. He goes, "Oi, what you got there?" What? Gets up close. It's Doofus's worm, Maggot. Why would you call a worm Maggot anyway? Maggots, there's a worm, there's a maggot. They're two separate, different animals. Well, anyway, got Doofus's worm, Maggot, and sort of bit it in half. Doofus is going to go mental when he sees it. Oh, I don't know. I've just put it back in the tub, and just not going to say it. Just leave it in the tub. Doofus is that daft, there's a chance he might not even notice. But then again, he's probably going to notice, isn't he? There we are, there's just a few clouds in there like that. There. That's sound. Right. Need some bushes now. Started using this brush to get in around these bits. Might just carry on using it, see how I go on. Some faint trees in the background. Just dipped into basically some mud, so I don't know how good a colour it's going to be. I would say it's like a Payne's grey and a blue. Just go across like that to there, to there. These ones are pretty far away. Bit of water in that bit there's a bit hard. There we are. That's that. And then I think I'm going to have some over here. It's going to be a bit closer. Right. Oh no, maybe I will just come straight in there. So we go. So I get a bit of burnt umber, a bit. Dab it into a bit of that purple colour. Let's try that. So let's make these are a bit closer, so we'll make them a little bit bigger. I've just whacked a tiny bit of Payne's grey in that and all. So that's burnt umber, purple, Payne's grey. If you ain't got purple, I've just got some purple and what someone gave me, but if you ain't got any purple, use red. The red and blue makes purple anyway, and there's blue already in this, so pop some of that Payne's grey in. There and all. There. That's that. They just look a bit stronger than them, so these here a little bit closer. Looks alright. I could try and soften some of these edges a little bit, take it a little bit bigger perhaps. Yeah, that'll do. Right, let me think. Oh, I'll tell you what I could do. Come straight into that blue again for the start. I'm going to wash my brush, I think. Squeeze my brush out. I don't like to waste any paint. Get it to wash. What I'm going to do, come back into this same cerulean blue colour here. Like that in there. This is just for my sky. That's that. And in there. That's that. Right, there's some purple in there, so just streak in some bits of them purples on this guy. Something like that. Bit of this blue and all. Let's pop a bit of that in. Bit of blue. I think I'll get away with that. Right, so that's that. Now then. Not even going to wash my brush. I dip it in a bit of water but not wash it. Just go straight into yellow. What them blues mixing with that yellow, what's on my brush, made a green. In fact, I think I'm going to... Normally I'd add a bit more blue into this yellow, but I'm going to add a bit more green in. Because I've just got some green someone gave me. But if you ain't got green, it's better to actually mix your own greens by adding blue. Works better. Right, I think I'll come in to this one first. Just plop that in there like that. Just colouring around these trees. You can go straight through these trees if you want, and you can wash a bit back out, especially, as I said before, if you're on really good quality paper, you can definitely do that. You could draw straight through these trees and just wash the colour back out after it's dried. You could wash it back out and that'll work pretty good. So it's just like this bit's just a bit like colouring in at school. So that's that. Some more coffee. Paint on my brush. Let's get this bit. A bit more water on my brush, I think. In fact, yeah, with a bit water on my brush, I can have this top bit here, look, a bit lighter. Bit of an highlight on there by just using a bit more water. And there. Tad of this darker green. Well, it's that. Oh, this back bit. Let's have a this back bit. Dee 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 dee. If you sing while you're painting, it's gonna make you happy. Dee 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 dee. Well, my stepbrother Doofus is still in bed. When he gets up, he's going to see that worm in 2 bits. He's going to go mentals. I'll do another painting tomorrow. I'll have to let you know tomorrow what he said. But I'm pretty sure he's going to go mental. He's going to blame me for definite. He's going to say it's my fault. He left the worm out, not guarding. I didn't know it was there. The dog's not clever enough to know. Doofus isn't clever enough to know what's what. The dog definitely isn't. Right. I think now, maybe rig a brush, put some branches in these background trees. So, well, I might just use that. That's a nice colour. Mix a bit of Bonton. I've got a bluey purple mix, and I've mixed in a bit of Bontumber and a bit of Payne's Grey in with it as well, to give me just a quite a sort of dirty colour, really. Let's have a look. In fact, it's virtually just mud out the bottom of my palette now. There's all sorts of colours gone into it, but it's just a mucky grey colour. That's all I need for this. So I'm just popping in some branches and stuff in here. And these ones are a bit closer than the other ones. These ones here are further away, so try and make these a bit fainter. And if you want them a bit fainter, you can always give them a little bit of a dab, take them back a bit like that. Yeah, you can just see them. I think they're further back, so they're not reflecting. Right. What shall I do now? My sun's going to be coming in this way, so I might just pop in these two close trees now. Some more coffee. I've got some some colour on this other brush from earlier when I mixed that blue colour, so I use a bit of that. In fact, I can use that in my shadow and all down there. Use a bit of that. I think I'll use this brush now. It just had paint on it already, so rather than waste it, I'll use it because I mixed some colours up before I started with this brush. I love this brush anyway. It gives you some good barky effects, look. Bit. Try and use these colours out at sky so it all fits good. So that's some of that purple. Go in and grab some of that blue. And as it mixes, hopefully it'll all mix into like a muddy colour and blend and look nice. But it'll be a mixture of all these colours what I've already used. So it'll look good. It'll fit in with my picture. Because it's smart making it fit in with pictures like that. I'm using purples and blues. You don't get purple and blue trees, but that don't matter. It's just got to make this picture look nice. Well, that's what I think. You might think different. You might think, well, I don't want purple and blue tree, but that's cool. Do what you want. The world's is your lobster. Take this other one. I'm going to blend in with this one down this side. It's just dragging some of that. It's basically turning to mud with all them colours mixing together. Dragging it across there into that side. I'll do the same on this one. That one's gone green, look, with all different colours in it. It'll work good for my little shadow there. Well, oh dear. Right, I'm going to go back to this brush again now. Don't know why, just done. I think I might do some branches with this one. Pop a bit of green into that and all. So some green, some more of this blue. A load of purple. It's all just building up into one big muddy colour, hopefully. That's what I want it to do. I think as I come up there, you know what, I might go some more green as I come up here. A bit more green in there, look. Because you get all your mosses and that growing down these trees. So green's a good colour to add in. And the same here. Add some green in here. See, this brush is good for these little branches. That's one. So there. That's it. And then some purple. I haven't cleaned my brush, just gone with that green on it straight into my purple. Straight into that purple. Then I've gone into a blue, and it just makes it more interesting with all these different colours in there. And then that back into green to come across there. Well, right, back into purple. think now, let's squeeze this brush out. Get some light to soften some of this in now, I think. Just soften in. Probably a bit too, well, I say probably. There's definitely too much water on my brush. But I'm still carrying on. I like drips. That's why I get on with my stepbrother Doofus, innit? That were a cruel joke. Sorry, Doofus. Well, a bit of shadow there. I'm going to leave that and just see what happens. So I think that might dry looking sort of alright. Right, there's some more trees. Now then, what we got? Get some more trees in. So, mix a sort of tree colour up, I think. I'm going to go with a purple and a blue. Just mix it. And a bit of Bon Umber. A little bit of Payne's Grey. Just mix in and mix. I think I've got too much water on my brush, to be honest. There we are. So, I've just got a lot of muddy, dotty colour there, and so I think I'm going to come about here and just pop in another tree. See, this brush is pretty good for trees, look, because as you bring it off, look, you get that thin point there, look. So it's good for branches and stuff. Let's get a little branch there. I'll put my finger in that one. This here, look. Pull that across. Like that, there's a little shadow. Stick a bit in there and all. Borrow a bit from there. Stick it in there. Borrowing paint. This here, look. That's my reflection through that bit of water there of that tree. Well, now I think probably now switch to my rigger brush and then I can do that. This is where, if you're an alcoholic like Ozzy Osbourne, I don't know if Ozzy Osbourne is now, I think Ozzy Osbourne does have a drink, doesn't he? Let's be honest. He liked to drink back in the day. I don't think he drinks now. I don't want to be libelous. If you want to, Ozzy Osbourne, he does drink a lot. Ozzy Osbourne would be good at painting these, because Ozzy Osbourne is one of my heroes, by the way. I love his music. But Ozzy would be able to paint this. Cool. Because the drink made his hand wobble. There, that's cool. Right. A couple more of them, I think. So on about. Shall I on about here? Yeah. So on about here. A bit of a shadow coming down there. Down here, look. Reflection. Probably only that little one thing coming off there. That's it. And then, is that enough? Tell you what. Let's have another one back here. Use this fat brush for some of the bottom bits. Oh yes, there we are. Look. And now it's gone lighter down that one side. That's good. There, what I can do with this now. Have a nice shadow coming off it. now some shadows coming off from the side. In fact, I might do them with me rigger brush. These are just shadows coming from the sides of here in the background. The shadows of other trees and stuff. And they're all coming out over there. Some trees up off out of the way down there. Right, so that's that. I think I'm going to dab that before it drips. There. That's better. Oh, dripping everywhere. Right, I'm just looking. I think, let's do it with this big one. I'm just thinking, let's get a purplish colour. I think there'd be shadows coming through these bits as well, you know, just from other trees and stuff. Definitely. Something like that. Just from another tree off the background there. Right, I think. Tempted to put one there. And then I can have. I like the reflections more than the trees, really. I'll pop one there, just a. Not a massive one, just a little. And then I can have a reflection coming off here. In fact, that could be right up through there, that could. Something like that. Nice, doesn't it? Right. Now, I need some fat dark paint now. There we are. Into there like that. This one's going behind that one. Can't just have one branch sort of coming off there like that. Something like that. Oh, nice fat. Oh, I'm enjoying painting this. It stopped me from worrying about what Doofus is going to do to me when he finds out what's happened. He's going to go mountains. There we are. Right then. I need to build this one up stronger. Got any coffee left? A little bit. Right. So, what shall we have? Mixing. Well, not mixing. I'm just rubbing in some blue. It's just a solid tube blue. It's a mixture of all sorts. I think there's some cerulean, some cobalt, probably some what's it called? Ultramarine. See, now I've dipped into purple and it's took it more of an ultramarine blue now. Oh no, it's just gone to a pure purple. Really dark purple. Mix some more in. That's it. I'm going to go in, dip my brush, go in some Bontumber. A bit of that. Plenty on my brush, Bontumber. Some green and some Payne's Grey mixed, and Bontumber all mixed into one. Nah, just dip it in some water. think I'll stick a bit more on this side and I'll soften this bit up. There we are. That bit. Right, squeeze that colour out now. I'm going to just dip into water and soften that in, I think. Dabbing it on tea towel so there's not too much water on. These sort of brushes hold a lot of water, so if you've got a tea towel to one side, keep dabbing it and it will help you. There we are. That's it, and that's me shadow going over there, my shadows from there, look. Shadows everywhere on this one. That's it. Now then. Right. I'm going to do now. I think just let me have a look. Let's say a branch coming out here like that. Branch there. Shall I have another one? Another one there. Oh, that's thicken. That's it. Just thinking now, I'm just going to get some, I'll try and add a bit of darks down one side of these. Just to give them that bit of three-dimensional look. A bit of three dimensions there. And this one here. Probably do a trick, I think. Just tell you what, let's get me that one, my detailing brush, and just soften some of that in with that. Might have been better doing all this with me detailing brush, really. It makes jobs a lot easier than sometimes. It's good with the big brushes, it stops you from fiddling about too much. Remember what I always say, if you've got one of these in your hands, don't fiddle. If you've got an actual fiddle bow in your hand, fiddle as much as you want. What's this one here? Put a bit more dark down that side. There. I think I might just do one big dry now. See what it's looking like when it's dry. Scrape a bit. Maybe it's not. I might lighten a bit that on one side. Right. Now then, let me just stand back at room and have a look. Yeah, that's not looking bad. I think what I'm going to do now, pop in some little branches. So. Little twigs and stuff. In fact, that colour what's on looks quite good. So that's little twigs and stuff there, look. All that. All over everywhere, I think. Oh, that's a bit strong there. A little bit strong. Oh well, to that. and soften this bit off a bit, and then put a bit onto that one. There we are. Well, that's my twigs and that. Right. Now, I think what I'm going to do now, try and make it quite quick because I'm taking up a lot of your time. I'm going to get this detailing brush now and some dark greens, I think. Just pop in. Let's do a bit here first. Pop in a bit of this, look. This can go in there like that, across there, in there, across there, in there, up there like that, boom, 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 and then like that. I can follow some of these shadows with this. Following some of them shadows and all make it easier. And just sort of blend out this colour. That's it, then that's giving me that bit of land separated from that bit, you see. Now, down here, mix up some Bontumber, plenty of water. Down here, tend to get mud in these banks, so whack a bit of mud in, blend that up. Bit of water. Blending them muddy banks in. This is just pure water now. Soften them right in. There we are. That's better, isn't it? What else can I do to bring this to life? Thinking. Let's come in here in this back bit here, look. Bits of stuff there going on in there. Let's bring that bit in. That'll emphasise that hill there. See, it stops you fiddling with them big brushes, but it's much easier with this detailing brush. Right, even streaky and up top of that. Nice bit of yellow, bleed it into that. Brighten it back up again a bit. There we are. Oh, that looks lovely. And then let's pop a bit in on there, and then I might pop just on bottom a bit more of that brown mud on bottom there like that. Soften that in. What's that? So that's took that, separating that one. Now then. There's dark shadows in this sky, so there'll be dark shadows, clouds in this sky, so there'll be dark clouds in this water, right? So I may as well take advantage of that, and a dark cloud coming across here. Then I can make that bit there stand out, and that'll be the nice contrast between light and dark. You need to think about your light and dark contracts. Right, so if I get some, start here a bit of cerulean perhaps into the air like that. Bleed some of this purple in. Keep that paint moving, else you'll get an hard edge. I can leave a bit of white in there for a bit of waterline and all. And we are, I'm just on water now, pure water. So I'm just softening this out into pure water now. Keep it going vertical, because water goes vertical. Always has done. Always will do. There, I think there's a dark cloud across here, look, reflecting in this water. There we are. And then I can just blend that across, back into some more cerulean blue. Lovely. Just water. There we are, that's really helped that stand out. You know what? I'm going to do the same thing over there. Just a little bit of darker cerulean on this one, I think, just to help this stand out. Across like that. Wash my brush. There. Stand back and have a look. I think I'll get that done. Yeah, that's looking alright to me, that is. What I might do, which brush shall I use? Let's get that one. Slightly harder bristles on this one, what's good for taking colour out. I'm just going to take a bit of colour out down this side, just so it makes, that'll make this look a bit more three-dimensional. It'll make it look a bit more rounded and a bit more three-dimensional. All I'm doing now, I'm using my brush, wiping it on my tea towel, so there's nothing on my brush, just a dry brush. I'm just washing that colour out what I've just dabbed in. You can also, if you want, just get a towel and dab it, or you could go for some barky effects, a bit of bark, and do it like that with a scraper. So it's giving you a bit of texture in there, a bit of bark. Oh. So this one's a bit closer, so you can see that bark more. A tiny bit more water on that brush. There we are, a bit more bark on. See, that looks like bark on a tree. That's made that look round because it's dark that side where the light's coming in. And I've got my shadows in. Right, I think that'll do. I could put in a little waterline, I suppose. So I've sort of got a line there, haven't I? Let me dry it. Try and take a bit of colour out. I don't know if it'll work. Let's try it. Because I normally use my gouge, but if I can get a bit of waterline in there, look. So I think that's working. Taking a bit out. Look, you see that? Bit of waterline there. Give that a dab with my cloth. There we are. And then I wonder if I can get one about there. A nice waterline, just, or shall I bring it in from that side? There's a bit there, look. I could go along with that one. Use that little notch there, look, or whatever you call it. Just do a little waterline there. And through that tree. There we are, a little waterline. It looks like there, look. Looks like there's one there. Tiny bit of, so I'll use that to my advantage. So I'm just going with flow. I'll have a bit there and I'll make sure these stay vertical. If they're not vertical, they're going to look odd because water's always vertical. It's never horizontal. Right, let me just stand back again. I think that's going to do me for today. Yeah, that's a rough idea. I'll have to paint some trees and stuff. Right, where's my little signature brush? I'm not even going to put Peter and Paul in today. There's not much room for them. Peter and Paul's my two bods. Put them in. I think I heard Doofus get up earlier. I think I heard him shuffling about. So in a bit he's going to go and look at his pet worm, Maggot. His pet worm, what he's called Maggot, even though it's a worm. He's going to go and have a look at it. Boy, die, or Bertie, die. he's going to go now and look at his pet worm, and it's in two halves. Because Numpty Dumpty's bit it in half. So, wish me luck. I'm going to get in trouble. He's going to moan. Oh, sod it. Let's put Peter and Paul in up there, look. There's Peter. There's Paul. Right, wish me luck. Doofus is going to kill me. It's not my fault. How can I be to blame? He's left it out there in a tub. Right, I'm going to go and take my medicine off Doofus. He's going to kill me. Might, if I'm still here, might see you tomorrow. See you on beach, innit?